So good day everyone and welcome to our last video for PatFit 2 or exercise-based fitness, which will be about circuit training. So this video aims to tackle all information that you will be needing for your practical exam. And para pagdating nyo po dito, hindi na tayo magtatanong kung ano ba yung circuit training, para saan ba siya, how is it different with other forms of exercises. So, etong video yung sasagot sa lahat ng ating mga question about sa ating activities sa finals. So, circuit training, if i-define po natin siya, is a kind of exercise wherein it shows a conditioning or a process of conditioning our body which contains our endurance training, resistance training, high intensity aerobics, and exercises that are performed in a circuit. So kaya po siya tinawag na circuit training from the word itself circuit. Alam naman natin na ang circuit is may connection, di ba? So sa physics, sa science, di ba may mga iba't iba tayong circuit. So parang dito din sa exercise, yung process of doing this exercise resembles kung paano nag-work ang isang circuit. Ang circuit training is similar siya sa HIIT and mostly ang tinatarget nito ay ang ating muscular endurance, yung endurance mismo natin, tsaka even our strength. So, for the next part, I'll be discussing ano ba yung mga dapat nating tandaan sa isang circuit training and ano ba yung dapat nating laging ilagay sa ating mga isip once we are going to try doing the circuit training. So first of all, meron siyang tinatawag nating mga stations. So parang kumbaga, if you will imagine, parang tayo yung isang vehicle, tapos we are traveling and we will be uh, parang dadaan sa isang, let's say, rotonda, yung paikot na daan. So, bawat part ng rotonda na yon meron siyang station. So, parang sa mga bus, sa mga LRT, MRT, di ba may mga tinitigilan silang station? So, circuit training, it is somehow the same with that concept na mag-start ka sa certain station, tapos meron kang specific na target, bawat station, meron siyang tina-target na muscle or meron siyang specific na target, then each station meron siyang duration na pina-follow. So kung halimbawa meron kang 10 stations, tapos each station nag-spend ka ng certain seconds bago ka lumipat sa isa. And yung set na ginagamit sa isang circuit training is different with kung ano yung set na ginagamit natin sa HIIT and other exercises. What makes circuit training unique with other forms of exercise is yung circuit training kasi mas nakabase siya sa oras rather than sa repetition. So, ang isang set sa isang circuit, hindi siya nakukumpleto kapag hindi mo pa na iikutan lahat ng station. 'Di ba sa HIIT for example, as long as matapos mo yung series of exercises, pwede ka na magsabi na nakaisang set ka na. Sa circuit training kasi, kailangan mo munang maikutan lahat ng station bago mo masabi na nakaisa kang rep or isang repetition. Ang repetition dito, hindi per exercise yung bilang, but rather per rotation or per revolution yung binibilang. Mamaya naman may ipapakita ko sa inyong illustrative na example para mas maintindihan nyo yung concept and mas magets nyo kung paano ba siya nag-work. So, if we will be looking at the definition itself, ang idea ng circuit training is to work different muscles all at the same time with a minimum amount of rest. And that's make it so effective as compared with other exercises. May mga ilang tao na nagsasabi na yung mga exercises daw sa circuit, bakit daw usually madali, parang pang beginner. Sabi ng coach ko before, when I am doing circuit training, may mga exercises kasi na pagka madali sa umpisa lang siya magaling na. So, humihirap naman siya as you go along. Kumbaga, sabihin na natin na jumping jacks yung umpisa mo. Sa una, madali siya. Pero kapag nakaisang ikot ka na, yung bigat nung jumping jacks, mag-iiba na siya the second time around. And dire-diretso na yon. That's why sa circuit training, hindi naman tayo nagre-require ng sobrang hirap na exercise or ng workout. Basic exercises will do because again, it's a form of an exercise that targets different muscles all at the same time. Tapos yung amount of rest mo ay maliit lang. So parang from station number 1 to station number 2, ang literal na magiging rest mo lang is yung paglipat mo ng station. Pero yung sasabihin mong rest, like the HIIT, hindi siya ganong katagal. Ano? So, if titignan po natin yung example na naandito sa screen, imagine niyo na lang siya na para siyang isang malaking bilog. No, so yung bilog na yon is divided into 10 stations. So yung bawat station na yon, kung mapapansin ninyo, ay may iba't ibang exercise. So for my example here, station number 1 is sit-ups, station number 2 is step-ups, 3 press-ups, 4 squats, hanggang makarating po tayo sa number 10, which is straddle jump. So, paano nga po ba nag-work yung circuit training? So, since may 10 tayong station dito, ibig sabihin nun, kailangan niya ng 10 tao. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na each person will be assigned on a certain starting point. So, ang magiging starting point mo is kung saan ka mapupunta sa umpisa. And eventually, lahat ng stations, may ikutan mo din. So, halimbawa ako, punta ako ng number 1, which is sit-ups. So for 60 seconds, so magsi-sit ups ako. Walang target na repetition 'yon. Kung ilan yung kaya ko, ilan yung kaya ng katawan ko. Then dire-diretso lang ako hangga't hindi nauubos yung 60 seconds. Pag nag-stop yung 60 seconds, sisigaw si teacher ng switch. Pag sinabi kong switch, lilipat ako kay station number 2. So, edi ang next na workout ko na ay step ups. So, edi pag sabi ulit ni coach na go. So, nag-go, start ulit yung timer hanggang sa maubos ulit yung 60 seconds, then switch. So, technically, you will spend 60 seconds only in each station. That's why, ang isang set dito is, sa amin, ang default, laging one set is equivalent to 3 rotations or 3 revolutions. So, kailangan makatatlong ikot ka muna bago mo masabi na nakaisang set ka na. That's why, kahit na magagaan yung exercises na nasa circuit training, humihirap siya as you go along. Ano po? So, that's also the importance of memorizing how to execute your exercise, paano ba siya ginagawa ng tama, ano ba yung form na dapat sinusunod natin. Kasi hindi enough na alam mo yung mga exercises na nasa circuit. Dapat alam mo rin kung paano siya gawin. Bakit po? Kasi pwede mo namang sabihin na, sir, pwede namang gayahin ko na lang yung kasunod ko po eh. Halimbawa, number 1 ako, edi gayahin ko na lang po yung number 2. Pwede naman. Kaso ang problema lang natin is what if mali pala yung form na ginagawa niya? What if ang ginagawa niya pala ay modified? So technically, magkakaroon ka ng problem kung ikaw mismo hindi mo alam yung ginagawa mo. So please make sure that in our practical exam, alam po natin yung sarili nating routine. Ano? So yung routine na yun naman ay gagawin niyo po as a group. Kayo naman na mag-formulate. So you have to make sure that you tried that exercise or those exercises before po kayo pumunta dito ng face-to-face. Alright? Pinagmulan or origin ng iba't ibang workouts na nakasanayan po natin. So, exposed na tayo nung first sem sa aerobic dance exercise. Diba, nakapag-aerobics na kayo. Nitong finals, nakapag-plyometric tayo and nakapag-tabata bago tayo nag-circuit training. Yung circuit training yung nagsisilbing basis ni plyometric, ni tabata, ni aerobic. Parang yung tatlong yan, sila ay naging component lang ng circuit. But basically, circuit talaga yung pinagmulan nilang lahat. So let us discuss each ng isa, at least briefly lang. So let us discuss plyometrics. So plyometrics is referred to as jump training or plyos. Ito ay isang kind ng exercise which uses rapid and explosive movements. Ang plyometric, parang mostly ginagamit to kapag halimbawa you want to improve on a skill which involves jumping. So sa mga gym, may tinatawag tayong mga plyo boxes, meron tayong mga tinatalo na box. So yung plyometrics yung ginagamit na workout ng mga pwedeng athletes or mga tao na gustong mag-improve yung power nila or yung jump nila mismo. But it is important to note na pag plyometric yung training na pinili natin, malaki po yung risk nito sa injury. Bakit? Kasi nga, most of the injuries ng sport, di ba, nanggagaling sa jumping. That's why, if you will be performing plyometrics or at least yung medyo complex na plyometric, you have to make sure na meron pong nagbabantay sa inyo, like teacher or coach, and wala po tayong pre-existing na health condition. So it is only advisable to start plyometric training gradually and under the guidance of a qualified fitness professional or at least yung teachers po ninyo. Po nating proprioception. So yung proprioception ay naggawa nyo ng activity before. So define lang po natin siya. Proprioception refers to the body's ability to sense its position in space and detect the movement of its joints and limbs without relying on visual cues. Halimbawa, naglalakad tayo, di ba, nagkakaroon tayo ng perception or perspective sa paligid natin kasi nakikita natin siya. Proprioception is kahit hindi mo nakikita yung paligid mo, you are able to move freely, safely, at mas aware ka pa rin sa paligid mo. So that's proprioception. Proprioception is essential for performing precise and coordinated movements as it allows individuals to adapt to changes in body position and execute complex motor tasks with accuracy, lalong-lalo na po sa plyometrics. Sa plyometrics kasi, kapag halimbawa, tatalon ka sa plyo box, hindi mo naman kita kung gaano kataas mismo yung plyo. So dapat, yung katawan mo, alam niya kung ano yung capacity mo para tumalon. Because if wala tayong proprioception, mauuna sa atin yung fear. Bakit? Kasi nakikita natin yung taas ng plyo box eh. So ang ending, instead na makatalon tayo ng tama, makabuelo tayo, kapag mahina yung proprioception natin, mas nagre-rely tayo sa paningin natin. Ang ending, nagkakaroon ng deception na akala natin mahirap siya, hindi natin siya kayang gawin. Yan. Kaya may mga maatras abante sa mga plyo boxes. So yun po yung reason. The second na magandang skill to develop in terms of plyometric is yung coordination. Kasi proprioception and coordination works hand in hand. So coordination refers to the ability to integrate different body parts and muscles efficiently to produce smooth and purposeful movements. Not all people are coordinated. Alam naman po natin yan. Hindi lahat tayo ay gifted with coordination. So, ang ending, may mga bata, tao, matanda, or any age na kayang igalaw yung simultaneous na part ng katawan ng walang problem. May mga iba naman na nahihirapan. So, the following examples, yan, yung nakikita nyo ngayon sa screen, ayan yung mga ginawa ninyo before nung nagpa-upload ako ng proprioception. So, those are exercises to improve proprioception. So, itong mga to focuses on your body instead of your visual cues, the same with your body's coordination. So, let's talk about aerobic exercise. Ang aerobic exercise naman, in concept, ano to eh, parang nagkaroon lang ng stereotype. So, if plyometrics focuses on jumping, sa aerobic exercise naman focuses with movements na rhythmic. Akala lang ng tao, kapag sabing aerobic, automatic ay sayaw. But in reality, hindi po. Aerobic exercise is a kind of a workout na pinaka-friendly sa lahat. So, yung aerobic exercise contains yung mga movements na rhythmical, sabihin may timing na sinusunod, pero still exercises pa din siya. So, usually mga binibilangan to. Parang mga simple siya na movements na nagmumukhang step ng sayaw, pero hindi naman necessarily sayaw talaga. Is characterized but by its structured yet concise format, and the protocol involves short, intense bursts of exercise followed by brief periods of rest. May tinatawag tayong hallmark ng Tabata, which is the 2010. 20 seconds ka mag-workout, tapos 10 seconds ka magre-rest. Then, i-repeat mo siya for certain rounds. That's why, if kailangan po natin ng workout na mas mabilis ng konti, pero yung effect niya is hindi naman nadi-diminish, Tabata training is the best. Tsaka may tugtog din kasi yung Tabata. Ang maganda lang, may bilang talaga siya since sinusundan niya nga yung certain na cycle. So, basically, that covers the final term about circuit training. Thank you.